What's up guys, Simplistic here, back with another video. If you couldn't tell from the title, this is actually pretty different. I've actually done manga videos or like videos where I talk about mangas or animes before. I didn't really go too much into detail with it, but I recently came across this manga which I've read within one day. It was that good, it was that interesting, and it was that crazy, and it definitely is one of the more offensive mangas that I've read like to date, because the stuff that they actually talk about and what the manga's about is very risky, I would say. You know, it might be offensive to some people. It's about slaves. I'm not for slaves or anything, but this is a manga, you know what I'm saying? It's a story. It's a story that's been made by someone, and you know, it was an interesting story. And I just, before I start this, you know, I do not condone any type of slavery. I think that's bullshit. Every person's life is valuable and is not here to serve someone. This manga really stuck out to me because what it combines is, it combines Pokemon Go, Taken, and like some slave shit. Like, it's definitely one of the crazier mangas that I've read. I'll be posting stuff on the screen so you can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But the main character, honestly, I don't know his name, but it's not like he's like for slaves too, you know. He actually, like your typical story, you know, he gets kind of like curious, downloads an app, and you know, doesn't know any better, you know. And before I start this for any further, this manga does not have any like supernatural powers or whatever. I feel like this is just like regular humans in this manga. There's no powers that I know of, just really strong people in terms of physical strength. Main character, he you know, all this shit aside, he stumbles upon this app. It's a phone. It's very similar to Pokemon Go, but instead of catching Pokemon in the real world, whatever you aim your camera at, you'll have like rope or whatever, and then you could basically capture them. You know, not right away, you know, you take a picture, you capture them, and then later on in the night, random people come to their house and abduct them, and then they basically place them in this cell, and you can use any, like, I guess you can capture anyone, I guess. You know, the stronger the person, the better, because once you catch these slaves, they become yours for whatever you want to do with it. And this is another part where it reminds me of Hostel. You know, you could fucking do some crazy ass shit to them, which, you know, is you know, only sick motherfuckers be doing. But the point of the game is you collect like 3 slaves or whatever, or a decent amount of slaves or whatever. Or people. I'm gonna just say people, because me saying slaves is just really like offensive to me, you know. And I'm not even like, it's offensive to me, you know, as a human being. So I'm gonna just say people. But you have to capture these people, and either you can do whatever the fuck you want with them, like torture them, like you've seen Hostel, where that bitch just bathed in that girl's blood or some shit. But you can also make them fight another slave, or another, fuck, I keep saying slave, another owner of people. That sounds bad too, but basically there's more than just him, you know, more than just the main character that owns slaves, and you have to use your slaves to battle other slaves. And when they battle, they actually roll for like a weapon. Some will get a stick, a wooden kendo sword, or, you know, a real sword, all that stuff, and they're blindfolded with like things in their ear, and basically they're the person that got them, they have to like, they're blindfolded and swinging at another person, right? Basically, that's what's happening. And they have headphones on. So the guy has to fucking relay instructions on where to hit for him. So whoever wins that, based on who gives the best instructions, you know, kills the guy first or whatever, you basically win, and you win money that way. And the point of this is, well, the point of it is, you know, the slave thing. There's like multiple cities that are slave cities or whatever, and basically it's just unknown to the public, you know, the public living up on this, like, it's like an underground city, which is crazy. But then people on the surface don't actually know what's going on, but you can actually return the people that you've captured to the surface. You just have to accumulate a certain amount of money, and based on the reputation on the outside, so let's just say he has a politician, you know, if he has a politician in one of his like pawns or whatever, I want to say pawns, his like identity, his reputation on the outside is very well known, you know. A lot of people are going to know when he's missing, you know. So for him to bring back that politician back up, He's worth like 2 billion compared to these other guys that are on his team. Some are only 2 million, some are 100 million. You know, it just depends on your, like I said, your reputation on the surface before you went down in there. And yeah, he basically gets the strong dudes, some Yakuza members, all types of shit. Like he has like a ragtag group of fucking weirdos with him. But the main character is such a good guy, you know. He wants to get them back to the surface because he only brought them. He only thought it was a game, you know. And I don't want to ruin too much of it. I feel like you should read it, but I feel like if you guys are like an anime person, this is never gonna be animated. But then again, I thought Goblin Slayer would never be animated, and look, here we are now. You know what I'm saying? 2020. Who knows what they're gonna animate, especially with this coronavirus, you know. Who knows what the fuck is really going on, you know? And it's just a crazy manga I thought I'd share with you guys. You know, I know it's not your typical video from me, you know. I usually just smoke and all that stuff, which I do have, but I figured, you know, since this is just a manga video, very interesting read. I don't really read mangas in one day, and for me to read that in one day, it says a lot, you know. And like I said, I do not condone any type of human trafficking, fucking slave or whatever, you know. It's just, you read a story and there's so much shit that happens to the main character that you want to keep on reading so he can get out of that shit, you know, a happy ending, you know. Typically with animes and mangas, there's not really too much of a happy ending, but, you know, I'm hoping for that. You know, the main character is a pretty good dude. He just wants to just destroy this whole fucking slave world, which is why it's very interesting. Like, that's the thing with like Game of Thrones. People really love a good revenge story. You know, when what's her name? When the little girl from Game of Thrones, the littlest daughter, ended up getting her revenge. I don't want to say how, because some of you guys probably didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I actually forgot her fucking name. But she was Arya Stark. Yeah, she got her revenge. I'm not gonna say how because I'm gonna be respectful of people, and you know, hopefully they get to catch up on some Game of Thrones because it's a very good series, you know. But like I said, people love a good revenge story, and the build up for it, and for them to finally get their revenge is such a satisfying read, you know. But yes, just wanted to talk about this. I actually don't know the Japanese name of this manga, but if I do, I'll post it right here, all that good stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.